Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Yes, Genshin Impact. The game where we willingly trade our sanity, savings, and sometimes our souls for a 0.6% chance at pulling a pixelated anime waifu. But today, we face a new era, a crusade led by none other than the Federal Trade Commission. That's right, the United States FTC has donned its armor, unsheathed its sword of justice, and landed a solid blow to Genshin's loot box system. Or have they? Let's break this down. In a move that screams, think of the children, the FTC has mandated that HoYoverse cannot sell loot boxes to teens under 16 years old without parental consent. Yes, you heard that right. And that's because asking little Timmy to enter his birthday totally ensures he's not spending his lunch money on primo gems. Bravo, FTC, bravo. But here's the real kicker. HoYoverse must now provide direct purchase options for gacha items using real-world currency. That's right, you'll soon be able to buy your favorite 5-star husbando or waifu without praying to RNGesus. Sounds great, right? Well, hold on to your Mora because we all know what's coming next. Ridiculous pricing. Picture it. You log into the shop and there it is. Long Dong Shong Li for 300 bucks. Why? Because they can. Let's not forget, this is the same company that charges the price of a AAA game for a pack of digital currency that might, just might, let you lose your pity to Chi-Chi for the 75th time. But wait, let's give credit where credit is due. The settlement also demands transparency about loot box odds and virtual currency exchange rates. No more guessing how many Genesis crystals equal a wish. It's math time, baby. If only the same clarity could be applied to the deep emotional scars from losing the 50-50. So, is this a win for gamers? Maybe. The option to directly purchase characters could be a game changer for those tired of gacha gambling. But here's the catch. It won't be cheap. HoYoverse isn't about to leave money on the table. They'll price 5-star characters high enough to make you think twice and 4-star constellations at a level that screams, are you sure this is worth it? And let's not forget our free-to-play brethren, who will see absolutely no benefit from this settlement. Unless, of course, they enjoy watching whales buy C6 units for the price of a small island. But here's the real question. Will this set a precedent for the gaming industry? Will other predatory gacha games follow suit? Or will they double down on their dark patterns? Honestly, I wouldn't hold my breath. For every HoYoverse compliance, there is a company like Valve still letting players gamble on virtual knives. Look, the FTC settlement is a step in the right direction. But let's be real, it's not a silver bullet. Genshin Impact, HoYoverse, they will still make billions. Players will still spend fortunes chasing their dream team. And the gaming industry, well, it's a hydra. Cut off one shady practice and 2 more will take its place. While the FTC settlement with HoYoverse appears to address long-standing complaints about gacha games, its actual impact might be less transformative than advertised. Here's why. First off, the introduction of direct purchase options sounds great on paper. I mean, who wouldn't want to bypass the infuriating RNG and buy their favorite 5 stars outright? But the devil is in the details. If HoYoverse prices these characters anywhere near the theoretical $300 mark to match the worst case gacha cost, how many players will realistically take the bait? It's more likely this pricing strategy will appeal only to the highest spending whales. leaving the broader player base in the same RNG purgatory as before. Second, while the settlement requires HoYoverse to disclose loot box odds and virtual currency exchange rates, this isn't a groundbreaking change. Genshin Impact already shares its pull rates, albeit tucked away in the fine print. Making the information more accessible might be helpful, but it doesn't address the core issue. Gacha mechanics are inherently predatory, relying on psychological tactics to encourage spending. Transparency won't fix that. Thirdly, the age verification system is unlikely to make much of a difference. Asking players to enter their birth date is laughably easy to bypass. The responsibility for preventing underage spending still falls squarely on parents, many of whom are either unaware of these systems or lack the tech literacy to use parental controls effectively. Finally, the settlement's scope is limited to the United States. Unless other countries adopt similar measures, HoYoverse could continue business as usual in much of the world. Even within the United States, the settlement's enforcement depends on compliance and monitoring, which could be inconsistent or lenient over time. The settlement, while a notable step forward, ultimately feels more like a band-aid than a comprehensive cure. It offers a surface-level solution that may temporarily placate frustrations and signal a shift towards more consumer-friendly practices, but it doesn't address the root causes of the problem. Transparency and accountability may become slightly more attainable as a result, yet the settlement falls short of challenging the deeply ingrained exploitative mechanics that define gacha games. These systems are not incidental. They are core to how gacha games operate, intentionally designed to maximize profit at the expense of player well-being. Without addressing these foundations, meaningful progress remains out of reach. At their heart, gacha games exploit psychological vulnerabilities, leveraging variable reward systems to fuel compulsive spending. The thrill of randomness and the allure of the next big pull are deeply embedded in human behavior, making it easy for players, especially younger or more vulnerable ones, to fall into patterns of excessive spending. This settlement, however, does little to disrupt the business model that relies on these exploitative practices. Tackling this issue would require systemic reforms, such as mandatory transparency on pull odds, caps on spending, and strict regulation of monetization tactics, particularly those targeting minors. Yet, achieving such reforms would necessitate unprecedented collaboration among regulators, industry leaders, and consumers, a challenge that extends far beyond the reach of this settlement. Without a significant shift in the gaming industry's priorities from profit-driven mechanics to sustainable and ethical design, this settlement is merely a minor dent in an otherwise impenetrable machine. So, what do you think? Will this settlement change the gacha industry, or is it just window dressing for the same old predatory practices? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because unlike HoYoverse, I don't need a $300 pity system to keep you coming back. And thank you for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.